Okay. I will start our recap, and then we will start in with all the fun stuff. Because there's going to be a lot of fun stuff today. So we picked up at the Kent family farm 20 minutes after Clark was knocked out. His brother Connor flew in, took stock of the situation, and told the party to get out. You have work to do, and it's not going to be done sitting here. He also wrote a note for you guys to give to Clark for when he woke up. You could tell he was a little upset with Clark's actions or lack thereof. During your 4-hour trek back to Marzell, Alric, who was in his sister's inn, was working his tiny tail off. He had a tavern full of people placing orders left, right, and center, and he got a glimpse of what his sister's daily life is like. Pure chaos. When Clark finally woke up with a headache, he was fully aware of what he just had done and had a nice cry. Annie and Clark then just had a nice heart-to-heart, and they made up a few remaining miles before hitting up Marzell. When everyone was back at Faye the Fiddle, you ran into Luca, just about to go in herself. She opened the door, took stock of the situation, and fired Alric on the spot. She then cleared a table for the party, and she went back to work. As the party finally had time to sit, eat, and drink, you finally had time to process the day and mourn the dead. It was here that you met Squalash, a leprechaun demigod of trickery and illusions, and Queen Titania's court jester. He came into the tavern, took stock, charmed the pants off everyone, some even literally. The night then got extremely loud and raucous. All except for Clark, who rolled a nat 20. Clark flew to the top of the inn, sat down, and started to write a song. It was briefly interrupted by Squalash, who told him that it's okay to just relax and let it all out. Can't just sit around and stare at the world around you where you try and figure out where you fit in. But the next time you talk to his great-grandfather, tell him he said hi. Come next morning, you were met by Alec, who pretty much told you about your destination, the Sun Keep, and told you that the oracle was named Barbara Gordon. He also gave you a small box that had 10 sheets of paper in it to be used for communication, 2 scrolls, and a wand of fireballs just in case. Hal took them, added them to his pack, seeing that his magic was useless. Alec then took you through the life tree to where... Alec then took you to the life tree where some of you first met each other. Nothing happened this time, though, which was few you were sad about. Alec then took you via the tree from Marzell to about a day out from the Sun Keep. It said good luck and headed home. Annie, Clark, and Alric then started flying and climbing to look around, while Hal finally took the time to look at what you looted from Scarecrow. Without the ability to identify, though, all he could tell were all 4 magical. A belt with some vials on it, some sort of gauntlet weapon, a shroud of some kind, and some padded leather armor that was very interesting. He kept the shroud and the gauntlet, and Annie put the armor on, as it was just a little bit better than what she currently had. Over the next 9 hours, Annie then started to shift her perspective on everything. Shadowclaw and Alric were out front scouting. Hal and Thora were second in line, and Clark was sitting on Kerrigan with Annie. It might have been the fact that everyone was on edge over the events of the last few days, or that it was pitch dark, but no one really noticed what was going on internally with her. She was having some moral issues as the armor slowly started turning her into Scarecrow and became chaotic evil for good. Nothing, not even a wish spell, fate, or a god, would change that. And as the 9-hour mark hit, she went invisible and ran away. Clark was the only one that finally figured out something was going on, and even Kerrigan, who was bonded with Annie, didn't catch a lot of it. He knew she was having issues and that she was angry, but he didn't figure out the root cause. She hit Clark and Kerrigan with a new fear aura and bolted. And Annie became a NPC for me to play with, and today we get to meet your new character. So, as you guys realize something weird is going on with Annie, and she pretty much just up and left, you're not too sure exactly how many, but Alric, can I have a perception roll, please?
Yes.
With advantage with Shadowclaw, or you can do one for each. And what's your passive?
Passive's 19.
Okay. I keep forgetting about your passive. You have a good passive. Okay. At some point, you and both Shadowclaw hear a massive roar from Kerrigan. You're only about maybe 500 feet out. Oh, pardon, scared it. Clark, you definitely hear and feel Kerrigan immediately stop and just roar extremely loud and start sniffing the ground. Shadowclaw pretty much is going to tell you, Alric, hold on. And he is literally sprinting and blinking immediately. Like, you haven't seen him go this quick before. Back to the group. You then see Shadowclaw and Kerrigan have a quick chat. And you all hear Shadowclaw, who doesn't talk to you all that often, just immediately go, Kerrigan can't feel Annie. She's taking her collar off. What's going on?
I have no idea.
You immediately just notice Kerrigan just start smelling and going off in the direction where he thinks she is.
Clark will immediately, as Kerrigan starts sniffing, immediately jump on her back or his back.
Yep.
And hold on and actually say to Kerrigan, even though he can't, they can't communicate through words, he's gonna try to. What happened? Where is she? Where'd she go?
You're just getting a deep growl.
And then all of a sudden,
he's moving with purpose.
You hear, everybody else hears Clark. We gotta find her. Let's follow Kerrigan. And he's gonna hold on to Kerrigan no matter what.
Yeah, Alric, you're getting Shadowclaw just immediately going, something's wrong. Kerrigan's extremely upset. What's your dark vision range for Alric? I think you have the best right now. You're what, 120?
Of course, I always forget it's because it's not in that section.
Yeah.
1 sec.
What's everybody's dark vision? I know Hal doesn't have any. Does Thora have dark vision?
Yeah, 60.
Okay, you got 60. Hal, I believe, has a lantern currently.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
only
the heck
60.
Where the heck do I find it?
Should be under senses, so where your passives are.
I have 120 as well.
Okay.
Only 60.
Remember, you're only 60? I thought you had something different for being a brownie. Maybe that's just for combat. Okay. So Clark. Kerrigan, I don't remember. I think he's only got 60. You have the best sight out of everybody here. Can I have a perception roll at disadvantage, please?
Thanks.
Okay. You don't see anything right in front of you. You're not too sure how far she's gone. What is Thora and Hal doing as these guys start to scramble?
Scramble with them?
Okay.
Yeah, so Thora will just look at Hal and be like, what the hell's going on? Like, where did the Annie cat go? And why are these other cats freaking out? She'll just follow on.
I'll be like, I have no idea. I did nothing.
After about 5 minutes of searching, you see Kerrigan stop and growl at a patch of earth on the ground. And you guys see Annie's collar that you know she has on to bond and communicate with Kerrigan.
Clark is going to immediately pick it up.
It's been ripped off.
And people can't see, but he gets this concerned look on his face, like she wouldn't do this. She something's happened to her. And again, he's going to whisper in Kerrigan's ear, "Can you tell which way she went?"
He's gonna start sniffing the ground, and somehow her scent is not there. He can't tell what's going on. At this point, Shadowclaws and him are talking, and Shadowclaw is pretty much telling you her trail ends here. What? Can I have perception rolls from everybody, please? Hal at disadvantage.
So normal roll.
Oh, sorry, you have a lantern, so normal.
So I have advantage then because I have my shield.
Yep, then you're good.
This is sad. An owl with good night vision can't see nothing.
Is the scent being hidden by illusory magic?
Hard to tell.
Because if it is, I can get advantage on my
yes.
on attempts to see through it.
Then yes.
I guess.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter if the first one's a 22 anyway.
Beautiful. About 10 feet from where the collar is, you notice you hit a wall that you can't see through. There's something there. It just looks like a giant rock. You don't hear anything other than almost like scratching and scribbling. What would you like to do?
Did we hit a dead end or something?
Looks like you can keep going. It's just there's some sort of rock in front of you, but you hear scratching from the rock.
Why is this rack? Why is this rack scratching? Why is there a rock making noise? I don't think that's supposed to be happening.
I'll take Arcana rolls from Hal and Clark. You're the only ones who have the magic. Arcana from Hal and Clark.
Yeah, baby. Come at me.
Yeah, 20. Hal, there's a tiny hut in front of you. You've seen someone cast this magic before. It's definitely a tiny hut spell.
I know the spell. I'll say what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But normally you're not trapped in a tiny hut.
Only the person who cast it is.
I thought if they walked out of it, it just cancelled it.
Yes. So there has to be someone still inside of it who cast it.
So I'm just trying to see if I can cast spells.
Mm-hmm. You just hear scratching. Like scratching in the dirt.
Can I try and cast Dispel Magic?
You try to cast Dispel Magic. And it just doesn't work. Your connection to the vine is gone.
Like the magic's not there, or the spell doesn't work.
Your magic's not there to try and cast it, sir. Unless you have an item that lets you do it, your connection to Lunara is cut off. So
Yeah, I knew
none
that
of your
last
stuff.
I'll check
Yeah.
which way it got cancelled.
Yep. Intelligence roll of 0. Plus 0, so a 6.
Ooh.
Yep.
I know. We finally found someone. We can ask them where Annie went. Oh, we can
I'm
assume
gonna-
someone else has cast the spell.
I'm going to ask questions out loud. We
Yep.
got the paper thingy-majiggy to send long-distance mails. Do you reckon
Sure
that'll
do.
work if we send a letter to Annie? Like, I'm asking the
baby.
guys. Sorry, I've also just been handed a baby.
You're fine.
Someone like that idea.
So yeah, if you want to open up the box and write a quick message and send it to Annie.
You're just going to be like, hello? Where are you? We're looking for you. Come back to us.
You do that. You see the piece of paper fold up into a tiny little bird and hover over the rock.
Do you think Clark would know that magic cannot get through the tiny hut? I don't think he
I've already
would.
told you.
With the Arcana roll that you rolled, I'm going to say probably no.
Okay, so well, luckily it's a cantrip anyway. He's going to cast message to Annie. Noticing this,
Is message a divine spell, or is it? I can't remember what school of magic.
just says communication or social.
Does it say the type?
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't give a school.
It's transmutation.
Ah, there it is up there. As you said that, I found it.
You would notice that your spell bounces off the rock in front of you. And you learn that magic cannot pass through from the outside.
Thora's just gonna like knock on the rock. Hello? Annie? Annie cat, are you in there? We're looking for you.
All you hear is scratching on the inside. And after a minute, you guys see a blue pillar of light emerge from the bottom, and it goes right through as the rock goes away. And
Too late
nothing's
now.
inside except for a little bit of faint runes on the ground. Because at level 5, for a 5th level spell, I leveled up Annie, and she got Teleportation Circle.
Well, that sucks.
Why would she do that?
What school of magic's teleport?
Transportation? It's
I
not
thought
divine. Nope.
I thought teleportation
Teleport-
stopped working.
It was not working until something happened, and now it is working. That's why you guys could go through the tree. It seems whatever has turned off the divine magic has also stopped the ability to teleport. It is conjuration.
It's too late now, but when Hal described the spell, do you think he would have mentioned if the spell was like just a dome? And if so, if there was a floor?
This one's on the ground. I know Hal knows the spell. He's just never been able to cast it before because it has never worked before. The only teleporting you guys have known to work was in Marzel.
The hut.
Sorry.
Teleportation.
Oh,
the
sorry.
hut. since it makes a dome, would he have mentioned it's a dome? And not like
I would
a
assume
sphere.
so. I would assume so, yes.
We could have dug underneath.
Honestly, you can't. But it's actually part of the spell. It's a complete dome. It does go under the ground, so nothing can burrow in. Tiny Hut doesn't state that, but if you actually look at the rules and in the guide, it does have that, I believe.
Shame.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, it's a full dome.
Yep. The paper bird immediately sets off in a direction, though.
Which way?
I will take a survival roll to see if you can figure out which way it's going. You're in an area you've never been before, sir. I don't think any of you have been up here before. And it's dark out.
Go with the high rolls.
Yeah. 19 survival.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you need a 20. So, Hal, you know it's definitely heading from where you guys are. It's on a southwest heading.
I'll break a couple bits of news for the group that it was a teleportation spell, so it means she's nowhere close because she would have just ran. And she's gone south-southwest.
I'll take a history roll from Alric, please.
History.
Yep.
Amazing.
Oh, straight 19 with a +0. Being the only one who's actually been in Marzel the longest out of all of you, you would know that probably the only place that they'd have ones to go to are in Marzel. She definitely would have had to go home first and then gone somewhere from there. It's the only place she would know a location to.
I'd relay that to the group. But there is a good chance that once she's there, I think good look. I'm pretty sure we had other circles to other places.
No, you don't. You have near portals.
I don't know that.
No, sure.
But I assume there's magic everywhere. Why not?
Yeah. I'll take history roll. I'll take another one. That'll be the easiest. Another 19.
Plus at the time, I had completely forgotten about the portals.
Yeah. You would definitely know the history of this place that ever since the portal went away 850 years ago, something caused teleportation like spells to stop working. So because they stopped working, the few people who knew the spells didn't teach them. It's not something that you learn how to do except for like special sects of places, like Hal's, Delunar's, where he's from. Some of those clerics would have been like handed down and passed down for generations, the actual spell. But it's not something known or very common. It would be something people would be now just learning that they can do again. So the only permanent circles would be in places of people that have like high magic abilities, which would be Marzel for one of them. Thinking over it now with the 19, there's probably other ones set, they've just never worked. Whether or not you can get off the planet now, that is until you try or know, that part you wouldn't be able to figure out yet. So it's a very rare magic that she never knew until now.
How has it? I currently have the spell.
Yes. So that's from your upbringing and background and why you have a ring.
Yes.
Uh-huh. But yeah, Kerrigan is like shutting down currently.
I'm going to look at... Fucking words will come to my face in a second.
Yeah.
Can anyone cast Talk to Animals?
You're just going to hear Shadowclaw go, I can just talk to him.
I point at Shadowclaw. We can cast Talk to Shadowclaw.
Yes. You can just talk to me. I can tell you what Kerrigan's thinking right now. Angry that he didn't see this coming. He felt a few things, but he's never seen her like this and didn't know what to do about it. If I noticed Alric do this, I would just, smack him upside the face, but we were out scouting. Jack, he's not getting a lot from Kerrigan. Pretty much the same thing Clark was doing. This is my fault. So he's pretty much repeating the exact same thing Clark just did with his dad.
And I think Clark would see that. And he's going to stand in front of Kerrigan, put both his wings on each side of his face, and look directly in Kerrigan's eyes and say, I was told by someone close that we have a job to do. We need you, Kerrigan. This is not your fault. I just lost my father. You just lost your human, for the lack of a better term. Let's try to get her back. And as I'm doing that, I am also casting Friends.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
So
I'm not even going to roll
that
against
way,
that. Yep. Just give me a persuasion roll with advantage, please, sir.
Persuasion advantage.
Okay.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Perfect. Okay. After about 10 minutes, you see him stand up, grab the collar with his mouth, and toss you the collar.
So how damaged is it?
Mending spell would fix it.
I'm going to look at the others in the group. Can anybody help?
I don't think so. If you don't have it, no one else would. Yep.
It was Annie.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
You'll have to find someone to mend it for you, sir.
But I don't know if it'll let me do it.
No, nothing of yours is working, sir.
Yes.
Yep.
When my magic comes back, I'll be able to help you fix the collar. And I'm going to look at the cat and be like, and I can help you find Annie.
Yeah, you get definitely like low growl of approval.
And we won't let it go.
I think
At some point, Annie's going to get a bird.
Clark will jump on Kerrigan's back,
Mm-hmm.
give her a big hug on the neck, and whisper, "Let's go find her." And
He's going to pretty much like look behind him, look to where you guys are currently headed, and start walking towards the Sunkeeper. You guys are only like an hour away from the Sunkeeper. And by now it's time-wise, you're pushing 7 p.m. Even though it's still dark. It's kind of hard to tell, but you definitely know it's dinner time and past dinner time. So, anything else you guys want to do, or are you heading off towards the center?
Head off towards it, I guess.
yeah,
Yep.
We'll think better on a full tummy. We'll mourn better with a belly full of booze.
This is true.
And we'll try to find catnip for our little friend.
Okay. So, you guys hit up the Sunkeep. I believe I've already told you a description of the Sunkeep last session. I'll move you over to the map so you can take a look at it again. Sorry. There's like villages before the bridge too. It's a fairly big place. So you're going to be at the in the village before in the morning, then you can go across to the Psyche. So after an hour of travel, you guys make your way up towards the Psyche. The guards at the door pretty much stop you briefly and ask you who you are and what's going on. Yeah, love it. They pretty much state your business. Who are you?
I'm Thora, and I'm here.
Thora, you are here.
Yep.
You're a big one. And a pretty one. Interesting.
Oh, well, gee, thanks, but my boyfriend's right there, so you might want to watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but he's not wrong.
that's okay.
Oh, thanks, Boo.
Right. Didn't think we'd have anyone here soon. What are you all here for? This is precarious times, so are you here to see anyone specific? I don't think I've recognized any of you before. You have no cart, so you're not merchants. Do you come with news?
We have news. We haven't come to share it, but we have got news that we're happy to pass on. We've just come from Marcel.
Oh, that's a long trip. You
we were there-
definitely say that one more time. You broke up a little. You're a little low today.
We were there for the attack.
Oh, they were attacked too. Okay, I have not got word about that. Must have happened a while ago, though, for you guys to be here now. You do look quite travel-worn, though. So, do you have anywhere to stay? Have you been here before? Because from Marzel to here is at least a couple weeks' journey for him.
Oh, we have an acquaintance that helped. Apparently teleportation works again.
Oh, you'd be able to tell, like his eyebrow raised and goes, right. I know what that is. Yes. Oh, okay, that makes complete sense. You don't even have to insight check that. He has no idea what you're talking about. Anyway,
We were there. We are now here. It happened very quickly.
I'll take your word for it, small one. Anyway, sorry. Come on in. Welcome to the Sunkeep. I've been told that there is going to be some sort of announcement in the morning. But if you'd like to hit up one of the few inns here for the night, by all means. You'll probably learn a lot more in the morning. Do you, by chance, have a contact here? If you've never been here before, I could set you in the right path. Unless you have been here before, then that's your business. You have been given a contact from Alric, as you remember. Or don't remember. Their name was Zorut. Zorrut. That's all he told you.
I think we had a contact, but his name escapes me. It was the root.
Zorut. Oh, okay. Yes. Zorut. She is a one of the head astrologers here. She's actually the one giving the announcement in the morning. Curious. Well, whatever. If you go, he's just going to point you towards an inn. And then, immediately say, come on in. I got to shut the doors here soon. We're apparently under curfew, I'm told. So, anything you guys want to explore, or would you like to go straight to an inn? Because you guys have had a quite a rough day.
I think inn's not a bad option.
Okay. Oh. Well, eventually you guys find an inn. It's called the Shrugging Chimney. The inn itself looks fairly old. It's like a red brick building. This one looks like you'd be able to tell from where you guys currently were. This had no magic help to create this place. This is old. This is rustic. But it is the first inn that you guys see, and it's not that busy as you walk in. The innkeeper herself, she looks to be like a human, half elf, maybe elf, kind of hard to tell. Short, straight back, black hair, definitely some deep red eyes. There's maybe 6 or 7 other people in the room. Yeah, what would you like to do?
Clark is going to approach the innkeeper, still on the back of Kerrigan, and ask, is it okay if I have my friend with us? And pat Kerrigan on the head.
And Kerrigan's gonna put 2 paws up and just go in for a pet. It's like, oh, right. Well, normally, probably best not to put your friend there in the stable. Do you have a name there, young Panther?
His name is Kerrigan.
Right, Kerrigan. She's just gonna do a head count. Ooh, the cat Sith too. Nice. Yeah, you guys would be able to tell Shadowclaw has not gone invisible since. He's staying out, which for him, this is weird. Even Alric, you'd be able to tell this is a weird thing for him not to go invisible. Well, it's 2 gold a piece per night. Tough times you see. But yeah, we have, do you guys want one, how many rooms? I don't know who's all here together.
I think 2 would be appropriate.
2. Well, 4 gold, that'll cover all your meals. Alcohol is separate, of course. She just pretty much takes your money, gives you a couple keys. You're on the first floor. Rue, you see an oddball, weird group come in here as you are sitting down, having just got here yourself maybe about an hour ago. What's on Rue's mind as you see a very, very odd group of people come in? One's got a cat Sith, which you've heard about, and a Panther that probably looks like, I don't know, it's a weird one. You definitely have never seen them use this amount before.
Rue would look up from her drink or food, whatever she had at that point.
Uh-huh.
Look up and just kind of assess the group and notice the cat Sith and just kind of tilt her head like, interesting. And then see the Panther and with an
owl on its back.
With an owl.
With an owl.
Owlin are... There's a few, like, you might have came across a couple in your lifetime, but Owlin are usually on the other continent, like one of the other islands, definitely up like Marzell area. You'd know there's like more in that area. In your travels, you've probably seen maybe 5. There's not that many of them.
Mm-hmm. I definitely don't think she would have ever had a conversation with an
No.
Owlin. Like
the air Genasi, you have no idea what the fuck that is. Everyone's given her staring. Like, they're all staring at this odd assortment.
She'll also notice Thora's hair that is a similar color to hers.
True.
And also give her a bit of a tilt of the head, like, huh. And she'll sit and observe for a minute and see what they do, if they settle in or if they leave. But she's definitely clocking that there's an owl on the Panther, and
Yep.
just observing for now.
Okay.
See what they do.
Okay. The rest of you, there's maybe like 10 tables in this place. This place isn't that big. You do see an odd assortment, pretty much like there's a table, 2 or 3 people, and the rest are pretty much by themselves. What would you guys like to do? Are you going to sit and eat, or are you going to take it up to your rooms? You do have like 3 hours before usually you'd go to bed. But even though it is dark outside, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, Thora would want to like just grab a table, sit down, get some, maybe have an ale and some food, and
we are definitely boozing and eating.
Okay. All right.
Clark would also ask the innkeeper, do you happen to have a good size side of some sort of meat?
She's just going to look you up and down and go, I already assumed because of who you brought in, I'll bring something for the cats. Don't worry.
Thank you very much. And Clark will go over and join Thora wherever she sits.
Okay. Yeah, eventually, like a raw leg of lamb is tossed to both cats. She's just going to say, that's an extra gold for them. Lamb ain't cheap.
So you Shadowclaw look and just sigh.
Yep.
Clark will actually throw her 2 gold.
Gifts to refinement, but I guess desperate times. That's from Shadowclaw. It's like, did you at least cook it first?
Did you want a knife and fork?
He's just going to give you claws. It's like, does it look like I need them?
Then why did you ask for a cut?
I prefer things cut. At this point, the room's pretty much clearing after the Cat Sith and the Kerrigan start to go to town. This is not how they wanted their evening to go. The only one that seems not bothered is, well, describe your character, Rube.
You see sitting by herself, kind of off to the side, there is a wood elf with long, light blue hair and a flower crown, and she's wearing leather armor, or I think hide armor actually. She's got hide armor and like tight fitting clothing, but it looks like she could move pretty quick if she needed to. She has a bow next to her, and I think that's about all for now, but you do notice her probably giving you some looks every now and then. But, yeah.
I think Clark noticing the looks will go over to Rue and ask, I'm sorry, do the cats bother you?
Absolutely not. I'm sorry if you caught me staring. I've just never seen one of your kind before, especially riding such a beautiful panther. Usually the birds and the cats don't get along so well in my experience. It's fascinating to see, actually. My name is Ruth. It's nice to meet you.
The name is Clark. And I kind of understand about the panther. I'm glad it doesn't bother you. He will pose no threat to anyone. You happen to look a little lonely sitting over here by yourself. Would you care to join us?
Sure,
You'd also be able to tell she's got a lot of like road dirt on her too. She's traveled quite a bit.
Yeah, I've been alone for quite some time. It's kind of become just the norm for me. So yeah, I would love to join you. And would you mind if I met your panther?
Not at all. And I will actually call Kerrigan closer. No. Hey, Kerrigan, I got someone that would like to meet you.
Can I have an animal handling check, please? He's eating.
Oh boy, let's see.
Nope.
Nope, he wants to stop you going.
He's eating, sir. He's ignoring you. He's having a rough day.
That's all right. That's all right. I would never dream about interrupting him from his meal, especially if your journey has been as long and arduous as mine has. I would definitely want him to enjoy that. Don't know when he's going to get another one that's as fine as that one appears to be. So, introduction.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Also for Rue, during your journey, the lights went out. You don't know what happened. You were on the road when all this shit went down.
Okay. Clark, do you know what happened with the lights? Did that happen to you too, or has it always been that way here? Did I walk into something, or is this new?
No, unfortunately, this is very new. And a very long story.
Oh.
And if you would like to hear it, please join us at our table, and I will gladly tell you the tale. And Clark will gesture towards an empty chair at the table that we were all sitting at.
Oh, she'll follow and sit down.
Well, who are you?
My name is
Sure.
Rue. Your friend Clark just came in introduced himself to me, and she'll keep glancing over at Kerrigan. Quite intrigued by your friend here, and also at Shadowclaw.
Yeah, Shadowclaw
And
has
she'll nod
stopped
at
eating
Shadowclaw.
and is just staring at you.
She'll just nod at Shadowclaw like a small little like head bow. And my name is Runon, but friends call me Rue.
Where are my manners? Rue. This is Thora.
Hey,
Al. And so, everybody, this is Rue.
well, hey, Rue.
Pleasure to meet you all. Been traveling alone for quite some time, so it's nice to meet some hopefully friendly faces. You seem welcoming so far. I appreciate it. The seat at the table.
Could I have an insight check, Thora, please? Yeah, she doesn't really know what the hell you are, and she's just being nice.
Well, you never seen someone like me before?
I can say that I have actually. She'll finger her hair a little bit. I do really like your hair color though. Is that natural?
Well, what else would it be?
Some can change their hair color with, different berries or spells, but
You'll see her hair is just like, because it's just constantly looks like it's being windswept. And she's like, nah, this is all natural.
Yeah,
Right
it is.
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
carpet
are you-
matches the drapes.
I see. Are you two like an item?
Well, it's funny. Yeah. But we also have the same birthday.
Oh, quite
Shadowclaw
uncanny.
hacks up a hairball.
I throw a fork at Shadow now that I can see her.
Real just smirk.
Well, so what you doing?
Well, I said I've traveled for quite some distance heading to the Sunkeep, and um, I just got here not long before you, and here we are. Clark said that you might have some idea of why everything got dark all of a sudden, and I would very much like to know what happened if you feel like sharing the tale.
Oh, well, yeah, everything went to shit.
I imagine.
You see a little chuckle from Clark, and Clark will actually, in the bardic flourish, go into the story of how
Your life got turned upside down?
Pretty much the last 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. That was good.
the
Sorry.
the portal and the demons and the demon lord and all that. And,
Okay. What are you not telling her? That's the easier. That's the better one. There's a lot that you probably shouldn't tell someone you just met.
well, I think I would keep it to the
The
basic.
basis. Okay.
Yeah, just that happened. We stopped it, and then that's when all hell broke loose again.
Okay. For most of what he's talking about, Rue, some of it makes sense. You have heard tales of some sort of creatures from another place that have been attacking a few places. Luckily, you haven't really been in direct contact with any of this, so a lot of this is new information for you. You've been secluded doing other things and in areas where this hasn't occurred. You'd be able to tell a lot of this has been happening in bigger cities or cities and towns that actually have important people in. Where you have been and what you've been working on, some of it makes sense, but a lot of it is new information.
Wow. You've been through so much, and I I had no idea things were that bad. I've heard stories but I haven't witnessed anything quite to that extent myself. That it does make a lot of questions that I've had, some strange things that I've seen, strange things that I've heard that were inexplicable are kind of starting to make sense now.
Yeah, now
Do you
it's
guys-
stuck in here.
Oh, how
Do you
does
guys?
that
Sorry.
happen?
Do you think
I
you would
don't
have
know.
told her anything about Buster or Alric's past? Would that have come into the story at all?
No, because those
Probably
those
not.
are
No.
Okay.
no that.
'Kay.
Yeah, that's kind of the private thing, and I wouldn't.
One
I
of them. Okay.
personally wouldn't have done it without permission.
Okay. Perfect.
So
That's all Shadowclaw is staring at you for. Okay. Sorry.
You might do like a mental thing, Shadowclaw doing. You know, it's rude to stare.
Huh, yeah.
It is. It's very rude. But I've never been here before. I don't know anybody here. This is in your head. It's not talking out loud anymore. I don't know her.
You know, it's getting late. I want to head off, and I'll lead Shadowclaw to a
Yeah.
room somewhere.
Okay. Shadowclaw
Fingers
pretty much like nudges the rest of his meal towards Kerrigan. With a yeah.
We will
Fine.
look at Alric as he leaves and nod, like, pleasure to meet you. Good night.
Night. And disappear upstairs. I assume it's upstairs or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, your first floor. Yeah, you'd be able to tell Shadowclaw is like something in him's changed as soon as he got here. Whether or not you want to ask him about it, that's up to you.
Because I'm difficult to ask, but like not immediately.
Okay.
Like we'll get ready for bed, and just before bed,
Yeah.
ask.
Your answer is pretty much he feels seen. Like no matter where he looks or what's going on, he has the sensation that someone's watching him. Or you guys in general. He just has that sense of being hunted, and he doesn't like it. So
Even when
he'd rather be seen just in case someone attacks, and he'd rather it come to him and not on you guys. It's almost like he'd rather them know that he's being watched. That's what the sensation he's getting.
Weird.
Yep. Yeah, like he's to the point where it's like, I don't know what it is, but going invisible just seems wrong for once in his life, and he doesn't know why. But yeah, he pretty much just curls up on top of you like normal and falls asleep almost immediately. Yep. Anything else for the rest of you? What would you like to do?
Thor would probably stay downstairs as long as Rue was around. She doesn't have any other females in the group now that
Currently,
Ian's
nope.
gone.
I was just about to ask, are you taking a room by yourself tonight?
Well, I was just gonna ask Rue, like, would you like some company? That we could have like a sleepover.
I do already have a room, but if you want to share the cost or Sure.
All right. Well, I just been traveling with all these stinky boys, and it'd be nice to have a not stinky boy other than my regular boy. But he's busy, so
It will be like catching up with my sisters, perhaps. I haven't seen them in quite some time, so it would be nice to have some girl talk, I assume. Sure. Sure.
well, all right, cool.
And
But I
as
still
Thor
would
is saying,
go ahead.
Thor is saying that stinky boy line, you just hear Clark, "Hey, I'm right here."
And you're the worst of us.
Hey now.
Oh,
You smell of bird and cat. And
Yeah.
And Clark just gives the biggest raspberry ever.
Nice. Perfect. Okay.
Before
everyone-
going to bed, if when Kerrigan finishes eating,
Yep.
Rue would like to approach Kerrigan, and she'll walk up really slowly and get down on her knees so that her face is like level with his face.
Yep.
And she's just gonna say, "Hello. You really are a beautiful creature. But you look sad." And she's just gonna look in his eyes. "May I?" And she's gonna hold her hand up really slow to try to put her hand like on his forehead.
Okay. Animal handling, please. At disadvantage because he doesn't know you and he's eating.
No, I was waiting till he was very much done eating.
Oh, okay. He's pretty much gnawing on a bone, but yeah. Sorry, what Clark wanted to do?
And Clark would actually give the help action by kind of standing behind her, or and kind of giving the okay to Kerrigan, like telling Kerrigan she's okay. She's not a threat.
Still a disadvantage?
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know you. Even with Clark helping, he doesn't know you.
Okay. I need to figure out how to do that.
Yeah. He just lost like a friend, a companion. He's not in the mood even after eating.
Control. Okay.
I know your bonus is not that.
Oh, I don't know if this is working. There it is. Okay. Oh man.
Okay. That's enough not to get bit. You definitely get like the not like puppy dog eyes, but he just pretty much like gives you a but he doesn't like come closer to you.
Okay.
You get a reluctant sure.
Yeah.
It's almost like a verbal equivalent of a shrug from Kerrigan.
Sure.
Yeah.
She'll look back at Clark and be like, I know the stories that you told, very, very dark, and this one seems to have suffered even more. Is he all right? Does he need healing?
I don't think you can heal what is wrong with him. He has lost his companion.
Oh, I understand.
Speaking of companions,
heal?
where's yours, Rue?
So I was going to ask you that too. Considering that they're a familiar, I wasn't sure if that was something that they're there always, or if I call them forth.
We're gonna act it like as a familiar, like the familiar spell. So unless it dies and goes back to like the Fey realm, basically, like where familiar sits, it can stay out full time until it can pretty much go where you tell it to.
Okay.
So whether or not, yeah.
In that case, so Rue has a pretty luminous hood, but where she was already inside, would not have been on her head. So hanging down behind her neck, that's where they are currently, is curled up in her hood and has not come out yet.
Okay. Can I have Clark? You are technically now in control of Kerrigan, so you will need to be bringing up his character sheet every time now.
Okay.
I can give you that if you read it.
Please.
Okay. I'll find it here. While you're there, I'll just do a quick roll of Kerrigan here. Okay. Kerrigan is not paying attention, so he doesn't notice it inside your hood, which is probably a good thing. Alright.
Yeah,
Okay, I
currently
will
just
let
sleeping
you.
in
Yeah.
her hood.
Okay. Never mind that. We'll deal with that when we deal with that. Alright. Then Kerrigan and Discord. It's Kerrigan's sheet. Yeah, it belongs to Clark. Alright. So, you guys eventually all go to bed. I was hoping to set it up so that Hal and Thora had a lovely room to themselves tonight, but apparently not. So, I tried, Hal. I tried.
All right.
That's why I said 2 rooms.
I was about to third. I was
So,
like,
Alric, at some point, you have both boys show up, and Kerrigan. So it's going to be a little bit tight tonight, but at least a couple of you guys are small, and pretty much 2 of you plus a Shadowclaw can fit in one bed. But anything else you guys want to do for the remainder of the night, or do you want to push on till morning?
Continue reading grandfather's journal, I think it is now.
Okay, yep.
Other than that, no.
Okay. At some point, Thora would probably find out what's underneath your hood.
Yeah, absolutely. I would
Okay.
wait until
Let's do that
were...
before breakfast. We'll finish off with that and then go to bed.
Okay. So once we are in our room for a while, Rue's gonna sit on her bed or pallet or whatever, and just pull out a little piece of meat from her pouch, and then look at Thora and say, "Do you mind small creatures?"
Well, no, not really.
Okay, this one's nice, I promise. And she'll reach in her hood and pull out a little pseudo dragon. This is Miso.
Oh, well, that's not what I thought was going to be coming out, but hi.
Okay, they're my friend. They well, he travels everywhere with me, and she'll feed a little piece of meat. I have named the little pseudo dragon Miso, like the soup. It just felt right. So
Yeah, Thora, I'll take a history roll from you at disadvantage. I definitely have something like this from where you are from. Whether or not you remember seeing one before. Yeah, no. Okay, never mind.
Sure don't.
First time seeing it. They're tiny. They kind of look like a smaller version of the big red one you saw yesterday. But a very tiny one.
Is that gonna like grow big and eat us?
no. This is pretty much as big as they're gonna get. It is also red, by the way, just very
Nice.
tiny.
Red pseudo dragon.
Full grown.
All right, so Miso, soup dragon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Usually, when we're out and alone, just walking or whatever, like they'll fly and not have to be cooped up in my hood, but in new places and inns, some people don't necessarily take kindly to little dragons appearing out of nowhere, so they tend to sleep in my hood.
Oh, well. And Thora gets up and like goes over and takes her fingers and like shakes the dragon's little wing. Well, it's a pleasure, Miso. And don't let these crazy boys like be mean to you. They won't be mean to you, but they might give you a hard time or something.
Like,
Yeah, pretty much just a small little meep.
Meep! Oh, I should have named it Meep.
You should have
Okay.
named it Meep. Yep.
Meep lives.
Take it back. I want it to be Meep, and we can just Meep all day. Yeah, let's Meep.
Meep it is.
Meep.
All right. I will try not to kill Meep too much. Well, on a good note, because it's familiar, Meep can actually stay guard 24 hours a day. Because it does not need to sleep.
Meep doesn't sleep. Okay.
It's the joys of a familiar. They don't need to sleep, they don't need to eat, but they can. I do believe they don't need to sleep. Well, I will double check that eventually, but. Right. So, you guys all have a good night's sleep. You can all have a long rest. Definitely well needed. And come morning, you guys are all woken up to, well, darkness outside. There are still regular torches and stuff, but you'd be able to tell, like, most places would have had, like, magical light, but the light spell, I believe, is a divine spell?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Is ever burning torch though? Let me check. Or what's the permanent one you can put on? I can't remember the name of the spell. It's like the light spell, but it's one that just stays on. Anyway, I think it's also divine. You'd be able to tell that this place, there's areas like that normally you would think have light, don't have light, because whatever light spell they had on there is no longer there. So a lot of torches were brought out, candles. You're going to be noticing pretty much everywhere more people are lanterns, so maybe shops that have candles and lanterns are probably doing a lot better business right now. But come morning, you guys all meet back up, have a glorious breakfast. Would Meep be with you now in the morning?
At this point, yes, but I'm gonna say still on my shoulder, probably under my hair a little bit. So
Okay.
still not just free reign flying about
Okay.
the end, but on my shoulder.
But probably definitely notice that something about her hair is moving right now and then. Okay. So come morning,
Red
you guys.
probably contrasts with the blue.
Yeah, definitely. That's true too. You definitely, guys, when you first wake up in the morning and come downstairs, see a pair of eyes poking out of her hair every now and then. Yeah.
What is going on with your hair?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Meep. This is my familiar. Quite harmless, actually. Two friends.
Alric,
tall
you
is
probably have seen one before. Clark, you've probably seen a couple here and there before, but they're very rare. Alric probably would have saw more in Marzel growing up.
How tall is Rue?
I want to say that she's like 5'9", 5'10".
How tall is Meep?
Tiny.
Yeah, he the pseudo dragon can fit in your hand. That's how tiny they are. So for Alric, probably the size of your head.
Small dog size to Alric.
Yeah.
I think
So
Clark
for you,
would.
you'd be able to pick it up and hold on to the whole thing.
I'm imagining like the size of a squirrel.
Yeah.
Clark would fly up and ask her, "Is it okay if I say hi?"
Absolutely. And I'll hold my hand out by my, like, up against my shoulder, but flat for Meep to step onto, and then just hold my hand out.
Okay. Yeah, he's your familiar, so you can tell him what to do. He doesn't really have the ability to say no, like Kerrigan and Shadowclaw.
And as the best he could do while he's flying, he will give a bow to Meep, and very nice to meet you.
Yeah, beep. Would you like to fly together?
That would be splendid.
Now or when we leave?
Let's finish up breakfast and then figure out what we may do, and then after that.
Perfect. I'm sure he'd love to stretch his wings.
And he could fly a lot faster than you can. You should take. I'll post the 2024 pseudo dragon is actually quite a powerful little sucker.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure my flying speed is just my walking speed, but in the air.
So the pseudo dragon, which is considered a familiar because it's 1/4 challenge rating, 14 AC. It comes with base 10 hit points now for a familiar, 60 feet flying speed. It has magic resistance, blind sight, dark vision, understands common, and draconic, can't speak. It has 2 attacks. It does a bite attack and a sting attack. It's ridiculous for a CR quarter. But they're
Glad you did that,
considered.
because I definitely added the wrong one to my character sheet.
That's okay. Yeah, the 2024 one is quite nice. Why they did that and you can actually have it as a familiar, I don't know, but apparently you can. Yeah, you guys, being in Marzell, you would all pick up a lot of druid vibes from her. You know enough that you get that vibe from her.
You mentioned you've been on the road a lot. What brings you to? And it takes a moment to remember where they are now. Sunkeep.
Yep.
I was actually hoping to meet up with a quite renowned archdruid there, and I haven't been able to meet him yet, but hopefully someday. I don't know how familiar you are with druids, but his name was Elrid.
You guys know that name. Oh, ignore the last one that I sent you. Actually, that would also be one of your contacts too, sorry. The one I sent you. You guys know Elric. Do you know what has happened to Elric?
Rue does not.
Drew does not.
Yeah. I was hoping to cross paths at the Sunkeep.
At this point, you're going to hear Shadowclaw just mention to Alric, I think one of you guys should tell her. If you guys remember, Elric was the one who introduced Kargath to, he's the one who brought Kargath to Marzell, and you know he's dead. He was the water elemental up in Maybell.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Well, since I'm seeming to be the good guy at giving bad news, we've just come from a battle
Marcel,
very
sorry.
recently. We had a big battle up that way. He didn't survive the battle.
I'll just see Rue's face fall. Oh no, that's awful. He was the most powerful that he was supposed. She's just gonna stare at the table, like.
But the Panther is one of his friends.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you get like another sad moment from Kerrigan as he hears the name of the person who trained him.
Just look over at Kerrigan again. You
Yeah.
poor thing. Did you know him well?
We knew him relatively. We've had a battle with him. We've had a few naps with him. Like, we
He
know him probably better
regrew
than some,
most
but not
of. Yeah, he regrew Chester's arm and tail and ear. Sorry, Buster.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so very sorry to hear for your loss, and it's a loss to the realm. But you're quite fortunate to be able to say that you've fought alongside him.
Well, I think we've done that twice now in a roundabout way. Just to rub dirt in the wound.
Yeah.
In that case, I suppose I no longer really have a destination.
The name I sent you also, you would know, is a second contact here, just in case you couldn't find him. I sent it to you in Discord.
Okay.
Yeah. It's around this time when you guys all start to hear outside a clamor of guards and people talking. It's definitely like early morning, and you guys would remember being told that there's an announcement being made this morning, and you're hearing all the guards telling everyone to get up, wake up, come on out, and come listen to
Wake up.
listen to the morning announcement.
I'm going to go at the table. I don't want to. Last time we all joined a big announcement, it wasn't fun.
This is true. The last time you
Announcements
guys
really are the worst, aren't they?
Like, are we really going to go out and try this again?
What if we listen from the door instead of going out into the crowd?
You would be able to tell that most people are being shuffled towards the past over the water and to the actual keep itself.
Think of it this way. It can't be any worse.
True. They're not going to have a 40-foot demon come out of the fucking gate again, are they?
400, but yeah. 40 would be easy.
With the way things have been, who knows?
What are the chances there's two 400-foot demons?
What's going to happen next time? I'm just going to lose all my magical equipment. I'm going to be an average Joe. It's the only thing I have over an average Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. Rue, give me a quick religion roll, please. It's not your specialty, but I'll take one anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 17's enough. Yeah, definitely. This Hal guy is definitely some sort of religious person. Definitely has the color scheme of Lunara, holy symbol. He definitely has the bearing of someone religious.
Would Rue
And he's-
know about like certain magics not working?
No, not yet.
Okay.
That's new. Yeah.
Well, you might
I
have
don't
got
think
a hint then, as I just bitched about being an average Joe.
that, and with what they told you yesterday, whether or not you guys delved into the magic stuff not working, you're probably putting together something about the nature of gods and the darkness is connected. Well, if you guys want to listen from the back of the group, you can. You wouldn't be able to hear too much from the inn, and the innkeeper is pretty much trying to shove you guys out because they want to go listen and they have to lock up.
I know you don't
Fine.
want to get
Let's go to
into
another
it,
battle.
but we need to talk to them afterwards as well. So it's in our best interests to get close.
Yeah, no, we'll get close. I just wanted to make sure that we're all in the same path, that this is going to suck.
Love the optimism.
Wow. I walk out just holding a sword going, that's all I got.
In the back of your head, you're getting a message from Shadowclaw, Hal, telling you to chip up. At least you got something. A lot of people don't have anything currently.
Yeah, I got a cat that likes to go invisible and run away from us without us knowing. It's great.
You knew we were scouting.
Sorry.
Any shit.
Holding down Shadowclaw, the other cat.
Yeah. Right. We just get a sigh from Shadowclaw, just going, this is not what I signed up for. And he pretty much just like picks you up immediately and starts going forward. So, eventually, depending on where you guys are, you will notice on like they've erected like some sort of like scaffolding for this person to talk on. You would be able to tell even from the back, there's not that many, like the small town where you guys currently are, maybe 1,200 people max. The Sunkeep itself, maybe 1,000 people. It's a big area that can hold a lot more people than there are. That's what you'd be able to tell from here. They could probably hold 15,000 people, but there's not that many here. Maybe the time of year, it's kind of hard to tell.
I'm just going to go to Clark. Do you want to take us both close? I'll cast Levitate from the boots and hold on to Clark.
Mm-hmm. So you want to fly up? I'm wondering if Clark is muted. There you go.
Nope, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Clark would, because he would want to stay close to Kerrigan.
Okay.
Because he's still wants him near, but I have a feeling the crowd is going to upset him a little bit.
You're definitely getting a lot of people walking away from you guys a little bit. They're not trying to be rude. They just don't know what Thora is, why there's a cat Sith present with not many brownies. There's only 4 of you. They probably don't know exactly what Alric is either. And yeah, Kerrigan. Also with Rue and a tiny little pseudo dragon that's kind of like looking at everything. You're definitely a very odd bunch. But even from the back, some of you would notice that the person talking is, well, a tabaxi. You would be told that this is the lead astrologer, Zorut, who was the contact you were told to go see. And you were also told that she's the one who was giving out the speech this morning. So, let's go for a break now, and when we come back, you will hear what she has to say.
Nope.
Did we level up on that long rest?
You did level up on that long rest.
I'm going to be very disappointed if the speech isn't, I am Zod. I am Zod. I am Zod.
I am Zoot. I am Zoot. I should have named
Wait.
her Zoot now.
So
We leveled up
Yes.
just now, so we're
You're already 10. We started you at
Okay.
10, so you stay at 10. Yeah.
okay. I was like, wait again. Okay, cool. Thank you.
But everybody else can level.
so that means I should be 11 since I have the one warlock.
Yes, sir. And
Okay.
Alric
I
will be
also-
going to 11.
Yay.
Yep.
I'm here.
Do we have a Hal? You're muted
We're
if
all
you
back. We're back.
do. Okay.
I've been talking.
Okay, sorry, I thought so. I was just double checking. It's in the mute. It's like, I'm pretty sure I heard him talk. All
I
right.
didn't realize you already posted a picture of Rue, and I was like, this is Rue.
And your boat.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I like that picture of Kerrigan on the collar. That's pretty much how he feels currently.
So was the ad.
You haven't been bonded long, but you've been together. Oh, what is it? 3 weeks-ish?
That's it.
I think so.
Wow, so much has happened.
Yep. Guys have been
Real
busy.
life, I'm like, it's been like 2 years. What are you talking
It's
about?
been, yeah, pretty much.
It's probably technically been less, since a lot of that time was spent in places where time moves weirdly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too. It's technically been like you had like an extra 4 days tacked on when you were rescuing John and when you were in the demon portal. So yeah, probably like, well, weeks are still 10 days here, so instead of, it's at least 16 days. I'd have to really go over when we started and what day it is. Because we're technically on Vox 30 when we started on Vox 1. So 29 days in game, but minus about 7 or 8 of them due to other things. And then Andy was late coming to the party. So yeah, about 16 days, I think. And you didn't get Kerrigan. Oh yeah, you did get Kerrigan right away. Yep.
So all of us
Just
have
for
only
2
known each
weeks.
other for 2 weeks.
Yep. Technically.
Wow.
Busy 2 weeks.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
Hal, a week-ish.
2.
I think we're on day 5 with Thora. Maybe 6.
Some breakneck pacing going on. That's crazy.
Love at first sight.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rage,
it's
love at first rage.
fine. So, as you guys are standing in a group, you'd be able to tell that this person's voice is carrying to everyone somehow through magic, or they're just a very, very loud speaker. Zorut looks to be quite older than Annie. Short, straight, black hair, blue eyes. She's got orange fur instead of black like Annie. She's not as tall. She's about 4'7". Very tiny, skinny build. That's really all you can see from this distance. But she does look like an old Tabaxi. But her voice is strong. And you hear her say, "My friends, my family under the stars. Today, we find ourselves beneath a sky that offers no answers and no comfort. The twin suns, our eternal watchful guardians, are dark. Their eyes, golden and radiant, now hidden. And the gods, whose voices once spoke in dreams and light, are silent. Some of you may feel abandoned or small. The divine magic we held dear, gone. Our prayers echo unanswered. And I see it in your faces. Fear, confusion, and despair. But listen to me now. Listen as one who has stared into the heavens every night of their life and read the songs written in starlight. The gods may be silent, but they are not gone. This moment is not the end of faith, it is the test of it. We have sung praises in the light, now we must sing louder in the dark. The suns have gone dim, but they still raise behind the veil. The divine spark has not died, it is withdrawn, waiting to see among us who will carry its flame without guidance, without comfort, without certainty. We are that flame. Kindness, sacrifice, and courage. We do not need divine power to heal with our hands, to protect one another with our bodies, to lead with our hearts. The gods gave us those gifts long ago. They are written in our spirits, not just our spells. So, if you feel afraid, know this. You're not alone. But I will not let that fear become our end. I will not let this night, however long it lasts, be our undoing. We are keepers of the sun. Even now, when the sky is dark, we keep the sun. We keep its meaning, its promise. We are its light now. And when their eyes open again, they will see that we did not falter, that we held on. Stand with me now. Light is not what we see. It is what we are. Divine magic may not be working, but everything else is. I have sent runners and flyers across our lands to get help. We have very few druids and magicians here, so until then, we shall rely on those that still can. Anyone with healing abilities that are not divine will be called upon when needed. Everyone must work together to keep each other safe in case of more demon activity. We have been lucky here so far, but reports have reached us that everywhere else has not been so lucky. The lookout has fallen, and many others are in ruins. So as of now, well, last night, we have a curfew set, and the guards will be posted to make sure no one comes in or out unless they have a pass. More information will be sent out soon, so go back to your homes, shops, jobs, and have faith. You can hear like a rising cry from the crowd. And he sees Root just stand there waiting. A few people like are offering silent prayers, and she's just like giving encouragement. What would you like to do?
I'll walk with our way up, I guess.
Yeah, the crowd's pretty much dispersing. Most of them are just like looking to where they know the sun is and like giving short prayers. You'd be able to tell a lot of people here worship the twin suns.
That was Zarut. That's
Apparently.
That's my other contact. Other than Ellerid, so perfect. We need to meet her.
She makes me want to carry the flame. What do we do? How do we meet her?
There's a lineup.
I mean, you stand out. We'll be fun.
Alric, during the night, not too sure how it happened or whatnot, but maybe it's Clark or the pseudo-dragon. You're not too sure what it is. Maybe, just maybe, it's something you read in your grandfather's journal. It's probably from your grandfather's journal. It's probably something that you didn't believe in at the beginning. But as you fell asleep and slept on it, you realize that you feel like a little lighter. And if you jumped up into the air, you'd probably stay there. Whether or not you want to try it, I'll leave that up to you, but you do get that sense that something new has came into your being.
Considering how flashy it is, he's definitely not trying it immediately.
Okay, perfect. The same person who told you to come see Elric. The Oliver.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. That's a divination spell, Clark.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Oh,
It is. Yeah. That's one of the weird ones. I don't know why that's a divination spell, but it is.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I have it,
So-
I can use it.
Yeah.
When we fix this thing.
Yep. Perfect. Eventually, you guys are in a line. Not all the entire crowd dispersed, but most of them did. And you were eventually come face to face with. Well, I didn't bring a picture, but a orange tabaxi. She looks quite old. She's in her robes of the Twin Suns, just full yellow robes, and she just looks at all of you and goes, "Oh, hello. What can I help you with?"
We have been sent from our bell yesterday with your name as a contact.
Right. And who sent you? Coming from Maybell, Marzell yesterday? It was Marzell,
Yeah,
sorry, not
Marzell.
Maybell.
I'll get there eventually.
That seems highly unlikely. Who sent you, please? I do have many things to do.
A few sent us. We were there at the attack that they had. Heard you guys have been attacked as well. I can't remember, can't remember who sent us,
Alec.
which I'll pass on.
Oh. He's calling in his favor, is he? Well, not here. Can you guys please step to the side? I will talk to you as soon as I am done with the rest of it. And she's just going to give you the same benediction she's giving everybody, go with the light, stay with the light will guide you. Pretty much the same thing. And she's just nonchalantly telling you to wait over there.
I nonchalantly wait over there.
It's at least 20 minutes with everyone else talking to her. You'd be able to tell. This place is, for the most part, like most places on this world, there's not just one predominant race normally. Here, more elves than anything else. There's a lot of elves here. And eventually, she finally sends everybody away and everybody disperses. The crowd disperses. She pretty much just immediately looks at all guards and says, "Thank you, I will do with these. Go about your business, and remember, we're at curfew, So only people who have a pass signed by those deemed necessary are allowed to interact. Guards pretty much just to salute her and leave you all together. As soon as you guys are all alone, she's just going to like usher you into like a little side alcove of the Sunkeep. And her demeanor is immediately going to shift from a nice old lady to a mean old lady. Alex sent you. Great. Of course he did. Bastard always wants to get his nose stuck in places. What exactly did he send you here for? What news do you have? We haven't got a lot. Quickly.
Well,
come in.
just to be clear, I was not sent by this Alec. I was sent here by someone else to make your acquaintance. My name's Runon Willowheart. I was sent by Oliver Queen.
Of course you were. Right. This is a day. So you're not with them?
I came with them, but we just met.
That's, well, weirdly enough, I think what they're here for is probably what you're here for. Did Alec tell you anything specific as to what I could help you with? I am more of just a spiritual guide here. I need more than just that. Am I
think it was
supposed to
more to help you? Is who you could help us meet?
Please tell me who? There are a few other people here I do dealings with. You'd get the fact. You get the feeling she wants a name, and she's not doing anything without a name.
I would do that, but I have forgotten what name they were.
Barbara.
I think they had a doctorate.
Oh. Right.
We need to see Barbara, okay?
She's just immediately just going to say, thank you. From here on in, until we get somewhere, please be quiet.
All right.
Who you are going to see, nobody else knows, is currently here. So please follow me. Keep your head down. And don't say anything. There's a few people we need to get through, and where we are going is highly enchanted. So please.
Clark will kind of look at her, look at Kerrigan, and then look back up at her, and we'll try.
She's just going to look at Kerrigan and start speaking in a language that you've never heard before, but it's definitely some sort of beast speech. And both Kerrigan and Shadowclaw just immediately perk up and go, "Ooh!" Shadowclaw's even going to say, "I like her. She's abrupt, but I like her." So you guys are eventually brought into the Sunkeep itself, and she's basically going to take you into what looks like a closet. And then she's going to depress a lever, and one of the side walls is just going to vanish like an illusion's gone and take you down one massive corridor. Great. Follow me, please. Now, have any of you been to the Sunkeep before as she's walking? You don't hear her walk at all.
Nope.
No, I haven't really.
Are we
left
allowed to talk?
In here, yes. You're fine in here. But once we're out with other people, please be quiet, because most people, you guys are an odd bunch and you do stand out.
Well, they're not wrong.
So, did Alec tell you anything about Barbara? Or
Very little.
Well, I'll fill you in a little bit. So as she walks, she's going to just tell you a few things about Sunkeep and about Dr. Fate and Barbara. She'll start with Barbara. She's the oracle of this place, as you know. She's a gifted seer and scholar. She serves as our most trusted advisor. She channels ancient wisdom through, well, a lot of things. She has created her own divine tomes and crystals that help her see. Not too sure what else you do know about her, but she is blind. She was blind at birth. She was really only came into her sight when she was, well, past her first decade. And yeah, ever since she got her sight, things around here have changed quite a bit. Dr. Phaetra, of course, has always been here. Barbara's, I think, roughly around 500 years old, I believe. She's human. She's lovely. Dr. Fate, on the other hand, he is a quite powerful sorcerer. He is not of this world. He is what we call a celestial. You guys would all know that, except for Rue. You've never heard that word before. Celestials are extremely rare. The rest of you have just recently seen one die. Anyway,
I also speak Celestial.
You do, yes, but that's from great grandfather and his good old back history, and just being a bard. Yeah, he is an ancient divine force known as Fate. That is also his name, but it also is what he is. He has the ability to change fate, or well, look into other people's fate and see what's going on. Interesting one. He's quite calm, but don't let his demeanor fool you. He is probably the most powerful being on this planet. She's going to fill you in a few bit more, but I don't read a whole bunch of text. You are eventually brought into what she calls the... Let me see where I put it. I got a picture anyway. Look at the picture. The Chamber of Echoing Futures. This takes you like at least an hour walk. Like you start descending and you go from being above ground to underground. You'd be able to tell that like it's a hallway after hallway and then stairs and then another hallway and then more stairs. You're descending and descending and descending quite. You're thinking at least a couple 100 feet underground. And she opens the door and you see a room that looks like this. I put it in Discord for you. It's basically a massive orrery of the solar system, and it's moving. It gives you vibes of Endelin's orrery. But this one's about 2 times the size of it, and it has, like, normal, like, you would notice, like, a family tree that's like an actual tree with branches going around. This one has what she calls threads of fate attached to the orrery. And she's going to basically tell you that ever since the demons come, this appeared. And no one knows why. But it seems like fate is spreading. Or something is spreading. And eventually, you guys are all brought into a room that kind of makes it look like... It reminds you a little bit of a library. Mainly because the entire room is, like, covered in gold. And sitting on a chair... I'll show you a picture. In this very, very... It kind of looks like the room is lit by what you would know as divine magic, but there's no sunlight down here, yet in the background, it looks like there's sun shining through a window. And you see, sitting in a chair, Barbara Gordon, the Oracle. And she just looks up at Zolroot and goes, "Oh, good, they're here." Hello, everybody. I may not be able to see you with my eyes, but I do hear you. Please, come in. Take a seat. Dr. Fate will be here any moment. What would you guys like to do?
Thora's just gonna sit down. You look radiant today, madam.
Oh, well, thank you. I've never actually seen myself in a reflection before, but I'm told I'm quite pretty.
Rue will start to bow and then catch herself and just say, it's an honor to meet you. Thank you for this meeting. And then we'll sit down.
She's going to cock her head and go, and I know the others, but I do not know you.
My name is Rue, Renan Willowheart. I
Thank
actually
you.
came here separately.
Now that I heard your name, I do know who you are. Yes, thank you. I didn't expect you yet, but that is fine. What I have to say for them will actually affect you a little bit. So please, yes, you can stay. You're going to see her kind of like cock ahead and go, oh, I see the rest of you seem to be missing one. Annie?
Sally ported and bolted. Acted all strange.
Oh, you're just going to see her like conjure like a piece of paper and a pen and a quill and just like put one line across it and it's just going to vanish. She goes, sad, unfortunate. I had hopes that you would all make it safely, but, well, we'll wait for Dr. Fate. I have some good news, some dire news, and some news I think that's going to put your hair on to stand on its end, but that's fine. Do you require any refreshments while we wait? He will be here shortly.
Yeah, I'll take it out.
Do you have a blue water?
I'm sure we can manage, yes?
Thank you.
She just
Alex lost interest the second we entered the library. And is currently trying to see if he can look out the window.
Oddly enough, no. When you look through it, you don't see anything, sir. But it is a window, and there's sunlight coming through. You're not too sure if it's an illusion. It's kind of hard to tell. I will take perception rolls of the room. Cool. And that 20 for Hal.
That's 2 nat 20s today.
Wow. Hal and Rue, you're the only two who hit the DC. Rue, you don't really gain a lot in this place other than it is highly magical. Hal, you get a sense something in this room is weird and your connection of magic is working again. It's there. It's all there. You had to hit a nat 20 to figure that out.
Got it.
It's there.
I'm gonna grab the collar off Alric.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna try cast mending.
Yeah, works. You're not too sure how or why, but it works. And you just hear a small, oh, good. It works. We weren't too sure. We haven't tested it yet, but thank you, Hal. Jordan. You're gonna see your head just tilt towards where you were. Interesting. From the back, you hear the door open, And this fellow walks through. Just cuz.
Here's Brosnan.
It is.
Sure.
In the movie, he is Dr. Fate.
That's great.
So I had to use that. He's clad in a shivering gold and blue robe adorned with very intricate celestial runes. He's currently not wearing a helm. He's currently not holding a helm, so you guys don't know anything about that. But you do notice that he has a very calming presence. But he also has a presence that if he walked into a room and everyone was talking, everyone would shut up. That you get that this is an important person, and I'm going to listen to him, but. And he pretty much just walks over and looks at Hal and goes, "Ah, good. I wasn't sure if I prepared this room properly or not." He's going to look at Zora and go, "Right. Time's a little different in here, so you might want to leave. Thank you. I don't think we'll need your presence for the remainder of the day. I will take care of the rest here. We will be here for a bit." So pretty much just going to nod to both of them. Go out and leave, close the door, and the door goes away.
What?
Right. You're going to see Dr. Fate pretty much just look at you and goes, "Right. Sorry about that. I am Dr. Fate. What you are all about to learn is to not leave this room. Until you all agree, you are not going to leave this room." Then he's going to immediately put a Zone of Truth spell on the ground and make you all swear that you are not to pretty much repeat anything you are going to hear. This is for both of our safeties as well as yours.
Do we get to make a save, or is it just an instant fail?
This is the type of person you will not hit his DC. Even with a nat 20, you will not hit his DC, sir.
Beautiful.
Well,
this is a forced Zone of Truth.
I can tell you that anybody I would tell is already in this room, so I'm good.
Out of habit, Alric would try and resist. Not for long.
Right. Sorry about that, but times as they is, this is more important than all of you will know, and you will know why. I am her ward. I am here to make sure she survives everything to come. We have enemies. So do you. And she's just going to shoo them away and go, "Just serve the people the food and drinks." And he's going to reluctantly be your butler. She's just going to smile and nod and go, "Sorry about that." This room itself is, well, in a different time. We are technically 3 days ago. And this room will stay 3 days ago because we weren't too sure exactly what was going to happen. We didn't know all of it. But until our connection is restored to the gods, we are technically on our own. But so are our enemies. From what I saw, this was not their fault. It was ours. And thankfully we put in precautions just in case things did go wrong. So, while you're in this room, Hal, your magic will work. Once we leave this room, it will stop working because we will be back in normal time. I'll take insight checks if you would like. But she's pretty much telling you the room that you're in is a permanent 3 days ago before things went to shit.
I think Clark is so amazed that the collar got fixed that he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, whatever."
Yep. Okay, perfect. Yeah. For most of you guys, you'd be able to figure out, yeah, she ain't lying. You have no idea how this was working, but it seems like this room is somehow 3 days ago, and divine magic is working in this room. So,
we're before the attacks?
in this room, yes. But nothing will be able to find this room or enter this room or leave this room without Dr. Fate's say.
Auric's brain fries a little as he tries to comprehend.
Yep. So everyone that died is currently alive in this reality, but only in this room.
So if I try cast Sending right now,
It wouldn't go through. No. You'd be able to cast Sending to people in this room.
I was about to ask that too.
Yeah. Just in this room. It's like its own little time bubble. Yeah, you'd be able to figure out. You don't even think Titania or Abigail would be able to do this.
So you cast Sending to yourself.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? In 3 days, this is going to happen. You might want to do something with it. Yep.
Annie, don't put on the armor.
Yep. you see her kind of like, even Dr. Fate's kind of like chuckling to himself. Yeah, they figured that out. Sorry, it's not going to work. Barbara is going to look at everybody except for Rue. Well, not look, but staring off in an area and go, well, for some of you, due to certain choices. Oh, also, give me everyone except for Rue and so just Clark and Alric. Give me a quick history roll with advantage. Bless you. Okay, that's enough. This isn't anything major. Well, it is. 3 weeks ago-ish, when you guys first touched a statue and you were given a vision, you heard a voice. This was that voice.
Ooh.
She's the one who gave you that vision.
Did you have to trap us standing still?
Oh, good. You figured that out too. I didn't know how long that was actually going to happen, so I apologize for that. I thought it was going to be instantaneous. I'd never tried it before. But certain things came to light. But oddly enough, due to certain choices, that future is no longer certain. From what I could see, certain things have happened to you and to others that I do not know if that vision, I should say, or future will happen. I've seen most things that have come to true, and most outcomes have happened, but sadly, as of yesterday, once the darkness went away, so did my ability to see into the future. And even Dr. Fate's going to go, as of right now, Barbara is currently no longer the Oracle. She has lost her extra sight. Well, she's just going to put a hand up and go, that's fine. But until our connection is restored to the gods, we are on our own. But so are our enemies. From what I saw, this is not their fault, but ours. Well, 2 people to be precise. We saw the battle of what happened in Marzel, and I wish I foresaw it sooner. We didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but we knew we were able to watch, but we weren't able to see it ahead of time, sadly. Those tieflings that were born gave us both of us issues of seeing the truth of what was actually going on. Anyway, we believe that Archmage Orator and Constantine pulled off something that only few people have ever seen or done before. Constantine called out to one of the twin sons and Orator to the other, and they answered. The twins, so to speak, have never answered a call to anyone, not even their own worshippers. They grant access, but an actual conversation has never happened before. Only one other person has been able to get their help and died in the process, just like Orator. Actually, in the exact same way. Years ago, after I was born, when I first got my sight, I had many visions. Many didn't make sense at the time until a few days ago. And I believe that all the ley lines are connected. And I do mean all. I believe they connect with all the planets, moons, suns. It's how we're allowed to access magic, especially divine magic. It's really hard to explain without more time, but anyway, what I'm getting to is what John and Orator did drained the ley lines. Or at least left only a trickle of whatever power they had is left, which is why everyone accesses magic different, and only a few types of magic come directly from them. So we need to find a way to help get the power back to them. Because if we waited for the gods to do it, I think it might take a while. I think they woke up too soon after creating this galaxy and used whatever they had stored to close the portal and kill that demon. So I think it's up to us. Well, you all. And what I'm about to tell you, only a handful of other people know. So do you have any questions before I continue?
So what you're saying is, we have to give magic a kick in the ass.
Yes. One specific one.
If you don't mind, who was the other person that communicated with the sons?
Well, 901 years ago when the Fae first came to the planet Lunara, the sons themselves helped create the portal to bring them here. But something on the other side caused it to, well, one lone wizard came through. And when the suns were almost empty, he had the ability to make them stay open longer than they should have. He wouldn't let them close the portal because there was still more on the other side that needed to come through. So he channeled his divine power and kept it open long enough for, well, the ancient red dragon that you now know as Blueverth come through with her in and about 500 foster children that she found along the way, and especially Queen Mab. But he died in the process as soon as she came through. He wouldn't let her stay behind. She was sadly taken a moment later, ripped from her court after, but the mage that died in the process was able to somehow make the twins keep the portal open longer. He does have a name. I don't think it'll matter to you, but it was Elminster.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, how can we kickstart a god's power? Oddly enough, it's quite easy, but there are a few challenges getting there, but I'm hoping you guys are up to that challenge. Buried beneath miles of crushing ocean in the ruins of a drowned city of Atlantis. Lies a relic known only in whispers as the Heart of Linara. Forged in the twilight of the First Age by a forgotten sect of Lunaran worshippers, and bound with the last breath of a star that fell into the sea. This glowing crystal orb pulses with ancient sentient power. The heart appears as a smooth, monolith-sized sphere of deep emerald crystal, shot with a lot of different types of silver veins, gold veins, and living starlight that swirl in response to thought and emotion. It radiates a soft, rhythmic hum like a heartbeat. Rylara's heartbeat. The sphere is contained within a lantern of pure emerald. When touched, the artifact speaks directly into the soul, offering strength, visions, and will power. Long ago, it was the core of Atlantis' defense, wielded by the Emerald Sentinels, guardians who used the heart to manifest well-made constructs of pure force, armor, and weapons conjured by imagination alone. Only those with unbreakable conviction and unwavering focus can wield its full potential. The city is now sadly destroyed, but the artifact should be intact. The artifact is the heart of this planet and the source of all ley lines. Without it powered back up, she will die. And when that happens, we also will die. Will you go to try and find it and turn it back on?
Sure.
She's waiting for a yes from everybody.
I mean, we die if we don't, so...
There are others I could send, but I would prefer to send you.
How do we get there?
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Where it's there, that's probably also useful.
Right.
I've traveled a bit. From what I've seen, the oceans is quite big.
It is. But some of you have met someone who can help you with that. How?
Yes.
Your ring is a symbol of a group of protectors of that relic, but over the years they have turned from that path and focused more on protecting their own people instead of the relic itself. You will need the help and permission of that lovely Triton you all met to gain entrance, as he is one of its last guardians and can tell you more about it when you get there. He may not know it has been powered down.
Oh,
Your
fish
enemies
place.
will most likely be hot in your trails, so you need to be prepared. You can take friends if you think it is best, but the more you take, the more you might lose. Your other option is to find and kill all those trying to stop you from saving her, but I am unsure of how much time we have. My vision, like my eyes, is gone. I at least have Dr. Fate here to keep me safe from our enemies. And speaking of enemies, if your enemies don't already know who you are, no sense telling them your true names. They can and will use your families and friends against you, so let's hide who you are. From now on, if you agree, you will not use your own real names. And she's going to nod.
love aliases.
She's going to nod, and you're going to see Dr. Fate hand you each a piece of paper. And Clark, you also get a sword.
I smoke.
If you agree, these are your new identities. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Clark will.
Okay. Thora, you have a piece of paper that says Wonder Girl on it.
Yeah, I do.
I give you the biggest high five. Fuck yeah, you are.
Next?
Clark will
Little
step up.
Okay. Clark. He hands you a sword. We don't have much in the way of helping you other than handing down something that one of our own had. Sadly, they fell to the shadow, saving us from one of our enemies. Dancer's Shadeblade. So if you go in D&D Beyond and look up Dancer's Shadeblade, that is your new weapon, sir.
Okay.
The one whose code name you are taking over for. His name struck fear in his enemies, and if they learn that he is still alive, that might help you somehow. And your code name is Nightwing.
That's appropriate.
Yes.
Next.
Alric will put his hands up and go, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Alric. Your code name is Tempest.
He sort of tilted her head, thinking back to the Talus robot we fought.
True. Yeah. Tempest is an odd Justice League member. If you Google him, he's quite fitting for you. He's actually Atlantean. He also goes by the name Aqualad.
What was
Two
that
of you
weapon's name again?
I will send you the actual note. Give me 1 second here, or I'll put it in your character sheet.
Rue will look at Hal and nod because. Go on.
Ladies first.
So if you
Here
type
you go.
in Dancer, Clark, Dancer's
I wanna see what happens.
Shadeblade. I can add it for you too. What's the 23?
Oh, I got it.
Okay. It is a rapier. And I'll show you a picture of it. As you pull this out, you've noticed that instead of glowing with light, it glows with shadows. It'll allow you to cast Shadowblade at 3rd level 3 times per day, sir. Alright, who is next? Sorry?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Rue, you are new to this situation, but I've been given a code name for you that is fitting for you. Huntress.
Ooh. I'm honored.
Hal Jordan. I have a few options for you.
What's the most
So I'm
fun
gonna-
one?
Well, I'm going to send you the 4 that she has. I'll send them to you direct. So I can find where I have you in my contact list, because it's a big contact list. So let me go on my contact list. Okay, let's just do it this way.
Does that help?
There we go. I have like 2 people in there.
I have like 7.
I have a
So
lot.
that was really easy to get.
And I have like 30 different chat like groups.
I really want to do the last one, but I'll go the second to end.
Okay. So which one did you choose, sorry?
Light bearer.
Lightbearer. After you've all been given your code names and Clark gets his lovely new sword, you were all handed small little chests with outfits in them to match.
I like this.
Hmm.
It's fun.
So feel free to come up with whatever it looks like. Clark, you do not get an outfit.
Womp womp.
She's going to look at Clark and go, your current one should do. But let's make it a little darker. Nice dark blue black. I think that's fitting.
And then Clark will actually take out his disguise kit and kind of change it around to her request.
Okay, because she was going to change it to whatever color she thought of. It was going to be like pretty much Superman's dark black color suit.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
But more Nightwing-y. Right. Well, hopefully if you survive your mission, Dr. Fate here will tell you more about what he has seen and what has been unleashed. But
hopefully,
until such time as we can get the lights back on, that information is going to be kept to us for now.
there is no hopefully. We will.
Good. Arthur should be able to help you hopefully pass the trials at the artifact and jumpstart her. In other words, we're doing a fun underwater Atlantean adventure next, folks.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
So,
How's the cat's gonna go?
well, that's the other problem. As you guys are looking around at Shadowclaw and Kerrigan, she's literally just going to look at both of them and go, I'll leave it up to you two, but if you'd like to tag along with them, that's manageable. And she's also going to say, your accommodations, we'll put it, your lovely new house from Endolin might be a bit of a problem. I don't know how his folk will react to that underwater. I will leave it up to you to decide, as I have not foreseen anything good or bad that would happen if you brought him along. You might want to go by ship. The other thing that's now working, well, I should say turned off, ever since the light went away, the Tritons, well, the Atlanteans' power to Rylara has also faded, and they are no longer allowed to keep us at bay from traveling by sea. It's basically telling you that for the last 900 years, the reason that you guys have not been able to travel is because of them. They have been keeping the seas constantly at hurricane force winds and has been sinking all the fishing and merchant and ships that try to explore. Which is why Artemis built himself a submarine. Because he's a smart little bastard. So that's who she's telling you to go contact, are the ones who have been killing everyone that's tried to leave.
Well,
Would it be easy to go from here? Would it be easy to go from Marcel?
She's telling you to go north. So from here, definitely. Yep. You could wait for your dragon turtle or get a ship. They do have a port here. Well, there's a port more north, but yeah. Rue, you have no idea what she's talking about when she's talking about their accommodations.
Nope.
That'd be something weird, though, but yeah. So, do you have any other questions? Yes.
Yes. Do we have to wear the outfits? As I pull out what's just blue spandex.
You don't
Yeah,
have
you
to.
do.
It's just
Yeah. No, he
it's
does.
an option.
He does.
And well, these were kind of fitted so if you're underwater and wearing them, they will help you swim a little bit better. But that's up to you. Your staff that you had should be able to do most of that for you too.
Well, good thing I can hold my breath forever.
That's neat.
So, anyone have any other questions before we get out of this lovely room?
But breathing underwater. Just a small important fact.
We can help you with that, and if you make contact with your friend Arthur, contact Arthur. He'd definitely be able to help you with that too. That's no problem. That is their specialty.
I have a magic item which can do it.
Yes,
It's
there's
only
lots
once
of
per
magical
day, though.
spells that can do it. Yes. Hal, sadly, as soon as you leave this room, you will lose your connection. I am sorry. But you are quite capable. More than you know.
I'll give her a wink.
She can't see it, but she nods.
Yeah, I'm aware she can't see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk to the group. Is there anything you guys need from me while I can?
No, you took care of what I needed, even though I could have done it now.
Not with everybody else looking.
Yeah, but that's not magical.
Oh,
As
it
in-
is.
Different magic.
Well, whether or not you like it, welcome to the Crimson Flock. It's a pun on Birds of Prey, which Barbara Gordon is the head of.
Throwing character. Heck yeah,
So-
I'm ready. Let's go.
And if any of you see someone with this tattoo, she's going to hold up her hand and you're going to be shown an illusion. It's a cracked black blade wreathed in purple violet with one eye weeping blood above it. If you see anyone with this tattoo, it'll be always on their hand, one of them, left or right. Kill them. Do not hesitate. Then sever their hand from the arm at a distance of at least 20 feet, as it will explode, killing everyone in the area. Anyone you see with that tattoo is considered an enemy, and if they know you know who they are, will try to kill you immediately. Do the same to them first.
Describe the tattoo again.
It is a cracked black blade, wreathed in violet flame with one eye weeping blood above it.
Okay, thank you.
I will take history rolls to see if any of you have seen somebody with that before and didn't realize it.
Man, I
Ruin,
even changed dice, and I'm still rolling like crap.
Ruin how? Rue. Yeah, Dad's got that.
Did you say my dad has that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
How? Definitely Sinestro. There's
Yep.
definitely at least one other person, like a guard, maybe up in Maybell at some point. You probably don't know who they are. You've definitely seen a couple up in that area.
If my dad has that, would I know what it means?
No.
Or I've just seen like, oh, pretty artwork. Okay.
Yeah. This would be like one of the last things you noticed before you left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
So to go back to the sending spell, if he lets
Yep.
me send it out, I still can't send it out, can I?
No, this room, like, he'd have to In order for that to happen, he'd have to shut down everything in the room. And he's not going to do that. This is
No, that's
a
fine.
protected room for her, and her alone.
That's right. I was just going to try send a message, but I can't.
Nope.
What I am going to do, though, as we're about to walk out the door,
Mhm.
I want to see how this works. I'm going to cast a 5th level spell.
Yep.
On our little monk.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Holy Weapon on him.
Yeah, nice. You're going to have to put that one in Discord, because I can't remember, or in Roll20, I can't remember that one off the top of my head.
It won't work, because it obviously...
It'll work in the room.
Well, I wonder if it'll work when we leave the room, because it's cast before it.
You're technically 3 days ago. So, does it have a length on it, like duration?
1 hour.
Then no, it'll be gone. Because you're 3 days from now, so you're technically in the past in this room. As soon as you go through, it'd be gone. If you cast light, something that stays until it's dispelled, that would still work.
But yes, I'd be adding 4d8 radiant damage to everything he hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
2d8.
No, that's if the weapon's not magic, isn't it?
In addition, the weapon deals an extra 2d8 radiant damage on hit. If it's already a magic weapon, it becomes 1 for the duration.
As a bonus action on turn, you can dismiss the spell and cause the weapon to emit a burst of radiant energy.
His fists are technically magical now, as being a monk.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's got the wraps on too, so yep. Still pretty handy one.
He is a weapon.
Yeah, you are.
Yep. It doesn't tell me the weapon takes damage.
No, the weapon won't, no.
So I could still blow it up, which would technically be his whole body, and he wouldn't take the 48 damage.
He's evasion. He'd be fine anyway.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I like the idea. Yeah, that's a fun one.
Alric has a moment of holy shit as it goes dark again. Oh.
Yep, pretty much. I'm amazing. Oh.
Yeah,
Evasion won't work on a Constitution saving throw.
No.
Rue would be definitely being glad that the Oracle is blind when she describes that tattoo, because you see her eyes get really big for a second, and then she tries to mask her face really quick.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, I rolled for the Justice League members to see who also survived and Lightning died. In other words, all people that you currently have nicknames for now are no longer there.
Yeah.
You took
Even
over.
the 4 that I had a choice from?
The 4 that you had to choose from, absolutely, yes.
I really should have taken the last one.
You really should have taken Green Lantern. Yes, you should have. I put it out there for you.
I know.
I
I was looking at it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's just too simple.
Did you figure out what the artifact is that you're going to go look for?
I could guess my lantern that I can put my ring in and touch myself.
Nice big giant one. Ooh, I like that. That's a good picture. I love that. So, as you guys leave, the door magically opens and is there once again, and then closes, and she is left inside. Ooh, that's a good one too. Yeah, I figured you guys would have fun with costumes. So, is there anything else you guys want to do here before we end our lovely session?
Yes. Since the collar is now repaired,
yep.
Clark is going to don the collar.
Okay. Yeah. It will take at least an hour for you guys to bond with each other. But just like Annie, after the hour, you will be able to fully communicate and feel everything Kerrigan feels, and vice versa. You can now have a chat anytime with him, sir. Cool. I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. That was fun putting together.
That was fun.
Lots of fun.
Amazing.
Coming up with it. Alric was really the hardest to come up with because I can't have two Nightwings. And Alric would work also as Nightwing. I thought of doing Clark as Robin, then I went, that doesn't really fit him at all. So it's like, nope, we're making Clark Nightwing, and it's like, going through the list, and it's like, monks and justice in the DC universe. And then I went, oh, we got Tempest. Right.
I'm surprised he didn't pick a speedster.
I thought of that, but there's certain ones that are out there, and I couldn't use some of them. Because they're still technically alive in our game. You just haven't met them yet. And then I went, oh, I haven't killed Robin yet either, so that doesn't work.
Yeah, the speedsters are constantly killing themselves or setting themselves parallel universes.
Yep. But if you actually look at the character, Tempest and his powers and back and like everything, it kind of fits for an elemental monk.